Hello everyone, so this is Mahmoud with you again in another lesson, and for today we're going to work on present wishes, which means how to express wishes about the present. Let's get started. Let's have a look at this girl here. She is very sick, isn't she? Yeah, what do you think her sickness is? Unfortunately, it's coronavirus. Yeah, because she is putting this medical muzzle here. Okay, and here this is what she said about herself. I am sick with coronavirus. I'm not staying with my family. And therefore she wants to make some wishes about the present, about this situation in which she is right now. She said, I wish I were not sick with coronavirus. Here, some students would tell me, teacher, we have were here and we have I here. We should have was. Yes, you're right. But when we express wishes and in conditional type 2, we use were all the time. Was is correct, but were is better. It's better to use it in these contexts, right? Because we are talking about imaginary things or unreal situations or something that is not true now, okay, in the present. So for number 2, we have I'm not staying with my family. The wish she made is this: if only I were staying with my family. The same thing, we have I, but here we have were, right? And this is how we make wishes about the present. I know you have another question. Teacher, why here we have were in the past and you said it's wish about the present? Yes, because here we're not talking about the tense, we're talking about the wish. The wish is about the present because we are talking about present situations that we have now. Let's now get the rule from these two examples that we have here. From number 1, I wish plus what? Plus subject, which is I, plus verb. This verb, in which tense is it? Yes, it is in the simple past. So we can say for the form I wish plus subject plus simple past. Or we can also say if only plus subject plus simple past. Okay? If only plus subject plus simple past. Just for some students, I would translate this one into Arabic or darija. I wish I were not sick with coronavirus. I wish تمنيت تكون ما كنتش مريض coronavirus. تمنيت تكون. This is I wish. And if only I were staying with my family. كون غير كنت جالس مع العائلة ديالي. If only كون غير. Okay, so these are the translations in Darija. Now we are going to see more examples to understand better. But before, there is a magical trick that you should know here. We know the rules, but you should know two tenses, the simple present and the simple past. And we're going to work on these verbs here. 4. Verb to be, verb to have, to play, and models. For the simple present, verb to be in the simple present, what is it? So it is I am, he is, you are, you know, all of them. And in the past, it's was or were. But fortunately, good news here, because we have just wishes, we're going to have all the time were, no was. For the negative of I am and is and are, yes, I'm not, isn't, aren't. And for the simple past, weren't. Excellent. Verb to have in the present, affirmative, have or has. I have, she has. So this is affirmative and this is negative. Okay? Make sure you know the difference between affirmative sentences and negative sentences. So in the past it becomes had. The negative of have is don't or doesn't have. So I don't have, she doesn't have. And in the past we have didn't have. to play. So in the present, I play, she plays. We add s for he, she, and it. And in the past, it's played because it's just regular. We add just ed. And you know, you should make the difference between regular and irregular verbs. This is another lesson. And for the negative of play is I don't play, she doesn't play. And for the simple past is didn't play, of course. For some models, like can, it becomes could. And can't, it's couldn't. After you know these two tenses, the simple present, the simple past, then you have the magical trick here. What is the magical trick? Is that you change this one, the affirmative, into the negative. And you change this one, which is negative, into the affirmative. For example, if you say, I am sick, you're going to say, I wish I were not sick. And if you say, I am not rich, or I'm not rich, if you use if only or I wish, you say, if only I were rich. So you change. The same for the other verbs. Okay, so let's see an exercise here. I will give you like 4 minutes to do it. Okay, pause the video, do it, and then you check the correction. Let's get started. Number 1 here, let me change the color. White, it's better. So I am sick, I'm sick. Here the verb we have is I am. Remember the rule? What is the rule we said? The rule is I wish, which is this one that we have here, plus subject. What is the subject we have? I. Excellent. So I wish I. And here we have Remember that we have here, we change it to weren't. Weren't. So I wish I weren't sick. Number 2, she is very short. She wishes. She wishes plus subject, which is she, plus verb. Remember, what do we have here? Is. We change it to weren't, the same thing. So she wishes she weren't very short. 3, I don't have a jet. A plane, a jet. If only plus subject, where is the subject here? It's I. I don't have, remember, like here, don't have, we change it to had. So if only I had a jet. Number 4, my mother has a headache. I wish plus the subject, which is my mother. We can write she, for example. Or my mother has, we change it to, remember we have has here, we change it to didn't have in the past negative. Because it's affirmative here, it should be negative. 5, I can't fly in the sky. I wish. And we have can't, which is negative. We should change it to could, affirmative. Okay, so I wish I could fly in the sky. My father isn't young. Is not young. It's like this one. In the first one we have isn't, so we change it to were. So if only my father were young. Excellent. Now let's see another example here, but with mistakes. So here are the examples that we have. Find and correct the mistakes that we have here. You have 2 minutes to do it. So all the sentences are not correct. Like number 1, we'll correct. Pause the video, please, and do it yourself. Then you check the correction. I wish I had a Ferrari. So what is the problem here? I wish I have a Ferrari. Excellent. So have is not correct because we said we should have the past. So I wish plus subject plus the simple past. And have is the simple present. Number 2, she wish she were sick. Here we have 2 problems. We have here, this one, we should put wishes, and we should also put not here. Why? Because it's not like logical to say she wishes she were sick. She wishes she were not sick. Okay. Number 3, if only, could fly, in the sky. We need something here. What do we need? The subject I here. Okay, because we said the rule is if only plus subject plus the verb or the model that we have here. Number 4, I wish I didn't had a white skin. Exactly, very good. So we should have here have, because all the time after didn't we should have the bare infinitive. You can go to my video about gerund infinitive to see what we mean by the bare infinitive. Excellent. So now it's the end of the lesson. What I wanted to do is making 3 wishes. Try to use if only and I wish. Okay? And I am this genie. I'm going to make your wishes come true, but only if you subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye bye.